Recorded live at Carolla One Studios with Adam Carolla and board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist, Dr. Drew Pinsky. You're listening to The Adam and Dr. Drew Show.
Yeah, get it on. Got Dr. Drew's a board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. Woo! Yo. Mm-hmm.
So lots of aorta talk. Hot aorta talk for us today. You ready for that? Yeah. I want to make some points and make some things clear to people and to raise some controversies, perhaps.
Is that a Lindsey Graham thing?
It's a Lindsey Graham thing.
Mm-hmm.
Lindsey Graham died suddenly of an aortic dissection.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to bore people too much with this, but people are getting very confused about aortic aneurysm versus aortic dissection.
What's the difference?
Aortic aneurysm is a ballooning of the artery, an expansion of the artery.
Mm-hmm.
The dissection is an unpredictable. We do not know yet how to predict a injury in the lining of the aortic artery that allows blood to flow into essentially, can I show you a video real quick that really demonstrates it perfectly? And I'm going to let you describe it because I don't know how to describe it to people to let them know what this is. But here's Dr. Oz. He's being interviewed. Where is this? Is CNN or something? ABC News. And he does a perfect job of showing what an aortic dissection is because he's a thoracic surgeon. He would have to operate on these things. So here he's going to hold up a roll of paper towels to show how this works.
All right.
So go ahead.
Would he have seen this coming?
Unlikely. One of the things with aortic dissection, I brought a simple model to demonstrate, is you don't have much warning. And the real cautionary tale is keep your blood pressure low, because that is the one risk factor that seems to be recurrent. And the second is if you have the worst pain you have ever had, you should go see a doctor. Unfortunately, with aortic dissection, even then, it's sometimes too late. About 30% of people die within the first day. More than half are dead within 2 days. So
Can you
even
stop
if you
that?
call immediately.
Stop there. So that's the first point, which is that this is a devastating thing, and we cannot predict it. Kat Timp's father died of this. And what happens if you don't get there fast, as the thing, you're going to see how it sort of dissects. It clips off arteries to the brain, clips off arteries to the kidney, and can even sort of tear and dump into the lining between the heart and the heart sac, called the pericardium, and it literally squishes the heart so it can't move any blood forward.
What is Dr. Oz's official title at the White House?
Head of CMS, which is Medicare, Medicaid.
Oh, okay, that's
He was, before his television career, was the chairman of the Department of Cardiothoracic Surgery at Columbia Presbyterian Hospital. One of the highest positions you can hold.
Yeah, but he's not trans, so how does that help? I miss Admiral Levine.
I'm sure you do.
He or she could explain.
You're insulting.
She could explain this super clearly in her dress.
She is not a physician, as far as I know.
but he's not trans, so we're even, bro.
There you go.
All right,
so
go ahead.
Here's a
It's
description.
super important to have trans people explaining
and
shit.
you're going to have to jump in and describe what he's doing here. Okay,
here we go.
Unfortunately, with aortic dissection, even then, it's sometimes too late. About 30% of people die within the first day. More than half are dead within 2 days. So even if you call immediately, and he did apparently, by the time you get to the patient and get them to a doctor, and they need a heart surgeon like me ultimately to fix the problem, you just don't have enough time. And here's why. This is from your makeup room, so I appreciate the prop. But a paper towel, and you have a tube on the inside of the paper towel, and that's where the blood would normally course through your body. Now imagine the heart is where my chest is and the blood is moving forward. If the blood pressure is high or there's hardening of the arteries, which happens with age, you'll actually tear this tube. You can sort of see it tear like that. And as it tears, the blood, instead of being in the middle of the tube, goes into the side of the tube. There's no room to go there. So it starts to rip through these layers of the tube until ultimately there's no blood going where it's supposed to go. So you shut off the blood to the heart, to the brain, to the kidneys, to many parts of the body.
That's it.
Yeah, I think he's kind of describing it. It's a paper towel. It's got the cardboard in the middle and the paper towel around the outside. But if the cardboard hardens or rips or there's too much pressure, which causes the fissure, it then starts pushing outside of that tube and into the paper towels and not into the heart.
And the tube sort of closes so the blood can't move forward.
Right.
Because the blood's going where it doesn't
around it and it starts
yeah.
swelling it and pushing it shut.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so this is what happens. Now, here's the thing about aortic dissection I want you to know. Mm-hmm. Jessica Rose is on this morning. She's a very fine scientist, and I sort of put her on the scent, and she was like, holy shit. In my career, again, general internist, not a thoracic surgeon, I had seen 2 aortic dissections.
Uh-huh.
I've seen at least a dozen since 2022.
Oh, so like vax related.
How
dare you?
You're a fucking conspiracy
theorist. Are you
theorist.
serious
What
with
is
those
wrong
numbers?
with you?
So you think through your observations, it's up quite a bit.
And then Jessica Rose went to the VAERS data and showed there was almost never detected, and now it's up like 1,000-fold in terms of what's reported in the VAERS. Now, VAERS is very unpredictable. Andrew, did you have an experience with this?
Andrew had an experience. Robert Breck? Who is it?
Yeah, my really good friend, Breck Denny, died in January of 2022, 34 years old. I'm going to read this. Random, rare, spontaneous splenic artery rupture.
Okay, okay. Which is extremely rare. It's a vascular catastrophe that can happen from a little tear in the aorta or in the splenic artery.
We should talk to Rudy, who does the news, because Rudy had a friend that had, I believe something was very close to this. Got the vax, healthy guy, young guy, went off and just sort of died in sleep of something of this nature.
To have young people have this kind of thing, unheard of in my career. Mm-hmm. Unheard of. This is the result of long-term, like uncontrolled blood pressure, and
right,
or some anomaly from birth that they didn't know about, an aneurysm there or something. But I've never seen it under 50.
So this was a groundling performer friend of yours, and he was 34. And look, here's the thing about all things COVID: it only goes one direction. Fauci only goes one direction. It's bad. Lab leak origin shit only goes one direction. It's bad. All of the tech companies suppressing this and doing that only goes one direction. All the adverse effects for school close downs, that only goes one direction. All the bullshit between the teachers unions and the governor and the mayor, it all only goes one direction, which is bad.
Yeah.
And like ivermectin and all that.
Good.
Right, but bad.
Although too much.
No, as far as their theme goes, the only direction their theme goes is them being wrong.
So, or
lying, negligent, and criminally negligent and things like that. Yeah. Okay, so it stands to reason that the vaccine would simply follow the same trajectories. Everyone who took it's going to rue the day they did it.
And here's what drives me out of my effing mind.
Yes.
You're not allowed. We know the spike protein damages the lining of arteries. I've also seen very strange coronary artery anatomy and disease and progression. This is something that, I'm blanking on his name, that British cardiologist that is very big in Maha. His dad died of it suddenly after the vaccine. He's been complaining about this.
Well,
but let me just say, this is the problem.
Yes.
It could all be COVID. It doesn't have to be the vaccine. Or it could be both. Or it could be either. I don't know. But you're not allowed to effing ask the question because there's a possibility that the vaccine could be implicated. Asim Malhotra. Thank you.
Remember when we were not letting professional tennis players into this country because they weren't vaccinated?
Yeah.
Remember when everyone was going nuts on Brett Favre because he wasn't vaccinated? Like young, healthy, strong athletes. Oh, God, we're such a piece of shit. And you assholes didn't learn anything from this. I have not heard one step back.
By the way, Adam, I am totally prepared to accept the following. It is possible that all this aortic injury is exclusively COVID, and the vaccine makes it actually better. possibly protects against some of that. I'm prepared to accept that.
Yeah.
But let's effing look into it. For God's sakes.
Not interested. There's no money in them looking into it, and then they could be wrong.
I don't know what we do about this because it's not. This is the other thing I want people to understand. There's all this crazy shit going on. You should get a coronary calcium score, which you should, and it's a reminder we should check our hearts. Yes, but your heart has nothing to do with this, or very little. And you can't predict a dissection. You can't. You'll pick up an aortic. I actually have an ascending aortic aneurysm. I have one, and I'm having a coronary calcium score in 2 weeks. It's my follow-up, and my aneurysm's been stable. I'm on blood pressure meds, et cetera, et cetera. Possibly statins make this all better. It's possible. I've been dutifully taking my statins since COVID because I'm concerned about all this. You know, do you take a statin?
Yeah, I take for high blood pressure.
Yeah, no, statin.
Oh no, I don't take statins.
I might want to think about that.
What's statin going to do
for the cholesterol? If you have heart disease, which I do, my last coronary calcium score was a little high.
I have high cholesterol, but I have the good.
All HDL.
I have the good high cholesterol, not the bad. But I don't. But anyway, that's what I've heard.
Well, you don't want to screw with that too. Well, no, you were given I just was handed an injectable cholesterol medicine.
Yeah. That's because that guy. I went to a heart specialist and he was like, "You should do this. It's good, but you don't." It was kind of you don't really need it, but you should do this because you're old and do it anyway. Or he really liked this shit. He told me you have high cholesterol, but you have the good. No. Sorry. He did like a genetic study.
Oh, he broke it all down.
Yeah, he broke it all down, and he said it's high, but you have the high good kind, not the high bad kind
they
genetically
kind of
or something.
Break down things even further.
Well, I'll have to show it to you or something. But he said,
Anyway, I like that medicine too, but it's hard to get people. I was thinking about going on that, but anyway, the statin, which people argue.
By the way, he's the doctor who. A very interesting guy, heart specialist guy. I didn't go to him because I had a problem. Somebody sent me to him. But
we have hypertension, and he needs to review that.
My blood pressure's down.
Good.
A lot.
Good.
But
hypertension is the main risk factor for this dissection.
Right, but that's not. I don't think that's why I went to him. I just went to him because
I was sort of.
You said go to him. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So I got. I don't know. I haven't checked my blood pressure in a week or something, but it's been down. All right, so I went to this guy. This guy said he was working on checking the heart health of the. They were doing those Olympic games where they're the steroid Olympics.
Oh yeah.
Where they let everyone take steroids and see how it changes, and then that's the beauty of me. I'm sitting in his office, and they go, the freestyle swimmer just beat. The 100-meter freestyle just beat the record by 4 seconds. I said, 0.4. He went, no, I just checked the thing. I think it was 4 seconds. I go, nah, he didn't beat by 4 seconds. I said, well, he said, why not? I go, because that's too much.
Yeah.
0.4. He went, let me check. He got the thing checked out. He said, it is 0.4.
0.4. Right.
I go, okay. How do you know everything? Well, you just know everything. You can know everything and not have any information if you fucking know. If you know how shit works. If you know how shit works, you can have a doctor who's monitoring the swimmer's heart tell you he broke the record by 4 seconds, and you can sit on the other side of his computer and go, I don't think it's right.
But isn't that interesting? So in my world, we call that clinical judgment, right? You should be able to kind of suss out what you're dealing with, right? You should know what you're dealing with.
You need to know. You know what helps a lot in life? Distances and times.
You're exceptional at that stuff.
If you beat the record by 4 seconds in the 100-yard freestyle, that basically means you beat it by 55 feet or maybe 70 feet. And it's like now I'm picturing the guy in the pool. By the way, the guy in second place holds the world's record.
And 100 meters up and back, essentially.
Yeah, you didn't beat him by... Beating by half a second is not bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyway. All right.
Was he finding much heart disease in these guys? Because they all dropped dead.
I mean, we didn't really get into the outcomes, or maybe it was just getting started.
You want to worry about something, all this testosterone replacement and stuff. There's always been a worry that it's going to affect the lining of arteries, and maybe that's maybe so much testosterone's out there that's driving up the dissection.
That's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
I don't know if it's a Lindsey Graham thing, but hey, Chuck, I had a weird flashback. There was a song, maybe a popular song, I can't tell, from the early 70s. Because, when you're a kid, you don't know, is something popular, or is like your mom just playing it on the record player and you think it's popular, but it's not?
The record player.
The record player. There was a...
Do you know what a record player is? Do you know what he's talking about? Okay, good.
Chuck, ask me what kind of record player I had.
What kind of record?
A black one.
Did it fold into a suitcase?
I asked Chuck what kind of mountain bike he had, and he said an orange one.
It's good.
All right.
That's a good way to go through life.
Ask me what kind of dog I have.
What kind of dog?
A gray one. Okay. Clarity now? You picturing the dog? Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. There was a song from the 70s, early 70s. I don't think it was a country song, but it may have been like a novelty country song where the guy sung "You Hurt My Aorta." Now, just put in 70s song lyrics, "Hurt My Aorta," or something like that. He was basically saying, "You broke my heart."
Yeah, the closest thing I ever heard was Harry Nilsson. "You're breaking my heart. You're something apart. So fuck
the song
you."
They're thinking of is "You Done Stomped My Heart," also known as "You Done Stomped."
John Denver.
Was written by Mason Williams, famously performed by John Denver. "You done stomped my heart and you smashed that sucker flat. You just sort of stomped on my aorta."
Man, they had a command of lyrics in the 70s.
Can we hear any of that song? All right, we need to take a break. Is that from 73, 72 or something? And what John Denver album was it on?
1969.
Okay, so
his debut album.
All right, so here's what I'm saying. My mom probably got that album in 72 or something. It was from 69 or whatever, was just playing it. And that song would come on, because I don't know if that one made it to the radio.
I don't think I've ever heard it, but let's listen.
But by the way,
but it could be me. Yeah.
That you've never heard of any song,
right,
ever.
Right. I've seen that album.
I've been listening to.
What album?
A yellow one. Keep going. The heart specialist had this pumping into his office, too, actually, but it was the Muzak version of it. But I got it. I knew what he was doing. All right, we need to take a quick break. Be right back after this. HOMESERVE. I hate that moment where something breaks in your home and you're scrambling around in a panic. That's where HOMESERVE comes in. Regular homeowners insurance doesn't usually cover a lot of the day-to-day wear and tear stuff. Plumbing failures, HVAC breakdowns, electrical issues. HOMESERVE is like a subscription for your home, starting at as little as $4.99 a month. It's simple. Choose a plan for your needs and your budget, and when something goes wrong, just call their 24/7 hotline. It's summer, and your cooling system isn't going to warn you before it quits. I use HOMESERVE, and it gives me a lot of peace of mind knowing I won't get crushed by expensive repairs. It's HOMESERVE, right, Daphne?
Your next costly home repair is already coming. Act now and get protected with a plan through HOMESERVE. For 50% less your first year, go to homeserve.com/ADS to find the plan that's right for you. That's homeserve.com/ADS for 50% less. Savings compared to renewal price. Void in Florida.
All right.
Yeah, so it's interesting to me that if I were, it's 1972, I'm listening to that, I would have been like 14 or 15 or something like that. And I would have immediately dismissed it as another country song. I would not have listened to the lyrics. Would not have listened. And you, at that age, heard all the lyrics. And
yeah. Well, I took note that it's the only song ever heard with the word aorta in it. Although when I was 8, I didn't know what an aorta was, but I may have asked, and I may have found out that it was a part of the heart or valve. I still don't exactly know what it is.
Did you have to yell through the bathroom door to get your mom?
No. By the way, not my mom. Oh. I would have asked somebody else. I knew enough not to talk. You don't want to talk to your mom.
Just to kind of flush out the scene, who would you have asked at that age?
Trying to think who spoke.
I mean, if you went to Ray or Chris.
Look, there's a possibility. I could have said, what is aorta? Is that a valve?
There's an aortic valve, but the aorta is the big main artery out of the heart.
Okay, so
that's what dissects.
Let's give my mom some credit. I could have knocked on her bedroom door, interrupted her yelling freak out, and said,
not open the door, but
what is an aorta, like the song? And she said, it's part of your heart, or it's your heart, or something that we could have. I think she could have, even she could have managed that probably on a good day, but there wouldn't have been much past
the biorhythms must have been, the
biorhythm wheel.
And you couldn't ask Chris or Ray. You couldn't ask any of your screwball friends because you wouldn't know if you got a reliable answer, right?
Well, no, I mean, we were 8 years old. I mean, that album came out in 1969. My mom probably got it a couple years later, or maybe she had. It's not like
an album.
Yeah, it's not like she would go out and get it hot off the presses.
She'd buy it in a used record store or something.
It's possible. I mean, my mom did have a couple of records. That was. We weren't.
I remember records being expensive.
They were. Days. I mean, things were. They weren't expensive. I mean, I guess it'd be like this. Well, let's put it this way. If minimum wage was $1.69 or $2 an hour, that was minimum wage. I mean, you kind of have to kind of chart it off a gallon of gas or minimum wage or like things like that. But it would have been the equivalent to like $5 or $6. You know,
yeah,
it would have been.
My recollection was like $5.99.
Yeah,
and it very quickly went up to $12.99.
Yeah, well, CDs went up to that at some point.
No, I remember. I think when I bought Led Zeppelin's last album, it was $12.99. So that would have been
really
like 75.
One album, not a double album.
Couldn't swear.
Now in 75, I don't think they were up at 12.
Okay,
Andrew can look it up.
All right,
but here's the whole point.
It might have been two.
I just remember that aorta line. Also, I remember it was kind of funny. You know what I mean? Like I thought it was.
It was supposed to be a joke, but he's taking it kind of seriously.
What
it says in the Wikipedia he had up that Andrew put on the screen, it said it was a comedic song.
Yeah.
But I think John Bender was taking it kind of seriously.
No, you do a comedic song seriously.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Like Spinal Tap.
Okay.
But here's my point. I, as an 8-year-old, took note that it was funny.
Yeah.
And then I also remembered the strange name, aorta, in the song. And I may have found out what an aorta was. I'm sure I didn't know, and Ray and Chris didn't know because everyone was 8. And so it then stuck in my brain, and I've never brought it up again.
Were you already? I woke up in the middle of the night.
Record price $12.99 were most prominent during the late 80s through the 90s.
Okay. So I was off by 10 years.
Stop talking, Drew. Nobody wants to listen to you.
What was it in 76?
In Through the Outdoor, it was 75. I remember that first studio album. All right.
70s. Anyways, but I woke up in the middle of the night thinking about something you said, and I'll bring it back in a second. But I'm wondering if at age 8 you were already interested in the specificity of language.
Yes, I'm sure I was.
That's odd. Most people don't do that. And I don't mean odd bad. I mean odd good.
Yeah.
And I know that you do that to this day. And I have no fucking idea why this came to me in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
But I remembered all of a sudden, it must have been some Instagram post I saw or something, you describing oral sex on Loveline one time. And some woman was complaining about providing oral sex to a man, and you go, "What are you complaining about?" He goes, "It's like sucking on a churro or something. If you're a man providing oral sex to a woman, it's like burying your face in an abalone."
Oh.
I was like where? And you did it without slowing down. Like, where did you come up with abalone? It was such a perfect metaphor.
Yeah, well, there's a John Denver song from 72 called I Ate Your Abalone. You never heard that one?
I've not heard that one either, but that's maybe where you got it from.
You Crush My Aorta. I heard that when I was 8, and then I've never heard that song ever again. But it somehow got stuck in my brain that there was an aorta in there. Yeah. And then lately, with all your aortic talk, it popped out again
in your mind. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to say I'd never thought about it again. I'm saying I never brought it up again. I never looked it up. I didn't know it was a John Denver song. I knew it was a kind of funky. By the way, that song doesn't sound like a John Denver song. That's why I didn't think it was because Rocky Mountain High and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's not. That is a un-John Denver song.
It sounds like just another from that era, another country song. From
also, you have to search and kind of piece things together. Like, I used to listen to a lot of Dr. Demento.
I was thinking the same thing.
So was that on Dr. Demento? But I also had this feeling that it kind of predated it. Like, I remember hearing that before I'd been listening to Dr. Demento.
God, I was listening to Demento by 72, 73. Now, should we explain to people what that is?
But hold on.
Yeah.
You're older than me, so I'm saying I wasn't listening to it
Fair enough.
when I was 8. I was listening to it when I was 10, maybe. I don't know. Uh-oh, Drew. Here comes another embarrassing timeline for you.
Uh-oh.
I don't think Dr. Demento was on the air here in 72.
Let me think. So
that's where you always get into trouble.
Yeah. So hold on. I've got.
What year did Dr. Demento first hit? Don't tell me, but look it up. First hit in Los Angeles.
I would have been 14, so that would be 72. I would say 72.
All right, draws a recollection. 70. Mm-hmm. I am wrong. 70. Mm-hmm. That guy started to 2010.
Wow,
that is a run.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So Dr. Demento was Sunday night appointment listening.
10 o'clock, right?
That's where Weird Al started.
Yep.
Blah blah blah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It essentially was either old odd records from like the 20s, right?
Yeah.
Weird, like, what was that? There was
he'd have weird stuff, well, I don't know about 20s, but like 40s or something. Like, I brought my organ to the party, but nobody asked me to play. Yeah. You know, weird. That was considered naughty talk, like back in the 40s, you know.
She loves my big 10-inch record of the band that plays the blues.
Oh, that's true. But, you know, Aerosmith has a great. That's one of Aerosmith's greatest songs. Do you know that, Andrew?
Mm-mm.
Do you know Aerosmith's greatest? It's the best Aerosmith song, which is.
I don't know what you're talking about. Of course.
She loves my big 10-inch.
Oh,
record. It's a great song. I don't know if we can play it. We'll get into trouble.
We probably can't play it. I'm not. Do you know what album it's off of?
It's off of Rocks or something, like their first album or whatever.
Another sort of stealing of content from classic old African American literature.
Maybe Toys in the Attic or something. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just saying it's another example of rock stealing from African American music.
Yeah, who originally did big 10-inch record of my favorite blues?
Double entendre song, popular. Blah, 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 blah.
Toys in the Attic. Jeez, I'm good.
Yeah.
I didn't. But by the way, ask me if I ever had that album.
Bull Moose Jackson in 1952.
Never had that album.
Yeah.
You know what's weird? I memorize shit on albums that I never had.
I don't know how you do that. I don't care enough about it.
You shouldn't marvel at how I do all this stuff, Drew. You should marvel at how I was a D- student in high school, junior high, and labeled a dope, essentially, through my scholastic career.
That's not a marvel. That makes me pissed. That's
that's
LA Unified.
Get angry, man.
Yeah, but it's also a great example of how not all and people are talking about this much more these days, not all intellect is in the classroom. There's different ways of measuring and expressing intellect.
Mine was at Dr. Demento's radio.
Chuck, for instance, is for sort of a clarifying descriptions of things he owns, like his mountain bike. He's clairvoyant in terms of his descriptions.
Yeah, oh man, I close my eyes, I see Chuck's mountain bike in my head, man.
And dogs, he can describe dogs with
see it all.
vivid clarity.
See it all. Had 3 cats. All right, so 4 cats. Dr. Demento. So big 10 inches. It's kind of a funny song. It's a double entendre the whole time.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, he just yells, "Suck on my big 10 inch." And that's like, well, you don't really do that with records. He's pulling out his 10 inch
record of the band that
played the blues, the band that played. And that one was on Aerosmith's Big 10. Hey, now, I'm going to make a...
What?
I'm going to make a prediction.
Uh-oh. Are
you ready?
I'm ready.
Andrew, you're going to have to find this out. Big Moose Johnson or Big Bull Moose Johnson or whoever originally sung that thing, right?
Was his name Johnson, or are you doing that?
I think maybe I'm just doing that.
I think it was Jackson.
Whatever it is. I didn't really, I only saw it for a second.
I hope it was Johnson.
All right, here's my prediction, Andrew.
Jackson, there we go.
You ready?
Yeah.
Bull Moose Jackson. Man, I wonder if he's still alive.
Ooh, look him up.
I'm making a joke. He died in 1971.
Oh.
Are you kidding me, Drew?
I don't know.
All right. By the way, here's the thing about blues singers. The guy either never saw his 45th birthday or he's 117 today.
Yes, that's
there
what I'm
is
saying.
No middle of the blues.
That's right.
You either fucking die in your 40s or you make it to 128.
Yeah.
That's what I know.
Yeah.
All right. What year did Bull Moose Jackson die? Okay. Here's my prediction. My prediction is in the original song, he didn't say "suck on my big 10 inch."
No, I don't remember that at all. If they did,
I've
they didn't play it on the radio.
I never heard his version of it. I only heard the Aerosmith version.
You didn't hear the Demento version?
No.
Oh, it was on for years. He played that one.
I'd have to hear it.
Remember Pico and Sepulveda?
I remember all that, Fish Heads, all that.
And he also would play this weird sort of 20s or 30s band with a lot of whoop, whoop, and horns and stuff.
Horns.
Like honk honk, like a clown horn.
I think Steven Tyler added the "suck on my big 10 inch" part.
For sure.
Well, I don't remember the first version, but now I think about it, Bull Moose wouldn't have yelled that.
Can we play it? Without getting dinged by whomever?
Maybe the Bull Moose
that's
version.
What I'm saying, the Bull Moose version. It's actually a good blues song.
It's a good the Aerosmith version of that song swings.
Yeah.
Like it's a good, fun song.
Yeah.
And it's funny that they did it, but here's the weird part. It wasn't that long after, it was only 20 years after he did it, if you think about it.
Yeah.
By today's standards, be like going way back to 2006. That's crazy.
You talk about distances, the distance from when Demento hit the airways and the songs he was playing from the 20s.
First of all, keep saying 20s. I don't think it's from the 20s. I think it's like more 30s, 40s.
I agree with you, but I'm saying the songs from the 20s were closer than we are now to when he hit the airways in the 70s.
That's crazy.
Which is crazy.
All right, quick break. Right back with Bull Moose Jackson right after this. Earnin', think about how wild it is that we work, then wait, then get paid. That's the deal we just accepted. Meanwhile, you can get literally anything else instantly. Earnin' has been changing that for over a decade. Up to $150 a day of money you've already earned and up to $1,000 between paychecks. When I used to work construction, there were nights I had to ask my friends for money in between paychecks. Oh, yeah. I did that during the day sometimes, too. I wish I had Earnin' back then. Tips are optional, and standard transfers take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees. At this point, the old way is starting to look like a weird option. It's earning, right, Daphne?
Download Earnin on the App Store or Google Play, spelled like earning money without the G. Type in Adam and Dr. Drew under podcast when you sign up. It'll really help the show. Earnin is a financial technology company, not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Standard cash outs take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees. Expedited transfers available for a fee. Tips are voluntary and don't affect the service. Available in select states. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details.
All right.
I'm guessing Bull Moose, a big dude.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it was the big 10-inch that got him the thing. So you understand.
Maybe she actually did love the big.
Just so all the young people are listening, records used to be 10-inch, 12-inch, whatever. And so he whipping out his big 10-inch was. But by the way, people had a sense of humor back then too.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like they like to fuck around.
Yes. Double entendre was a thing. It was a way of doing comedy.
We'll play 5 seconds of it and cut it out. We're just going to test it real quick.
Okay.
Bull Moose.
This is the Suck on My Big 10-inch.
No. I want to hear the Bull Moose.
I'll play the Bull Moose. Okay. We have got both. Hold on a sec.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Sorry. I want to hear the Bull Moose one. The other one I know. But Aerosmith has some good songs. It's not so much the ones they play on the radio, but the ones they don't play on the radio. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's interesting. My whole life's interesting in that I like everyone's songs that aren't early 50s.
52, I think it said.
Oh, sorry. I didn't say 52. Okay. Yeah. So she
So
loves
good,
this big
right?
10-inch. I like to hear a little more of it. Can we hear a little more of it? I don't remember hearing that one on Dr. Demento. You're saying he played it on a loop. I got Pico and Sepulveda. I got Fish Heads. I got
Pico and Sepulveda for me.
Don't do it.
No,
listen. I know the regular songs.
I want these guys to hear the shit we used to listen to. That one is a little weird.
Yeah, that's worthless.
Yeah,
that was I labeled a lot of his stuff sort of worthless, even when I was 8 or 10.
But he'd have a top 10 every night, every Sunday.
Yes.
And this showed up on the top 10 for a long time. Maybe before you started listening.
Maybe.
Because I was done by like 75, 76.
Well, maybe that's when I joined.
Yeah.
And they were done.
It did change. I remember tuning in later and hearing, it's just different stuff.
The way my mind works is if I heard Aerosmith's version of this and I'd heard Big Moose Jackson's, I would have immediately went, that's a Big Moose. I would have connected
No,
the
you didn't
two.
hear it. I get that.
I didn't hear it. So
1947.
It's a piece of shit. Yeah. But here's the whole thing. What year did Big Moose Jackson die? I am interested. Bull Moose, sorry, Jackson. I am 89. That's a good run.
70 years.
70, not bad. Born in Cleveland, Ohio. Died in Cleveland, Ohio. There's nothing better than a fucking sense of humor. And also, God, there's like I love a renegade. I love people. People used to do shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was watching. Speaking of stuff, musicians.
Yeah.
I was watching a special on YouTube last night on Grand Parsons, who was sort of brought country and brought it into pop rock and country and whatever. Kind of a legendary guy. Ended up dying at 26, ODing, of course. But here's the whole point. He died in Joshua Tree. He used to love Joshua Tree and hang out in Joshua Tree.
A lot of musicians up there.
Yeah, and he loved it. Yeah. Okay, in the 60s.
Yeah.
He came from an estate that was worth millions in Florida. And then, like, a crappy stepdad showed up. Mom died very early of alcoholism, and the dad killed himself, and blah, blah, blah. There was lots of... white people had a lot of trauma back then, too, you know. So then evil stepdad wanted his body returned to New Orleans, where the stepdad was. Only he was mama's dad. Dad was dead. Evil stepdad.
Body.
Yes.
Okay.
He wanted that body. Yeah. No, Big Moose Johnson.
I want to clarify.
Yes, Graham Parsons' body. Returned, to or not returned, but just brought to New Orleans, where he was.
Yeah.
Because if he got the body and buried it there, then he'd get the inheritance or something, right? Yeah. So he's this bad dude who wanted it brought there. And he had stated, Graham Parsons, on more than one occasion, but not ever written down, that he wanted to be buried at Joshua Tree. And he had no connection to New Orleans. He was a Georgia, Florida guy, and then got out of there and sort of made California his home. And back when people came to California and made it their home, and, who were legal, and then and loved Joshua Tree and wanted to be buried there. So he said to a couple of people. So then they were taking his body on a plane. He was a pretty famous guy back in then. Highly regarded musician in the Hall of Fame of this and that. Anyway, they were taking his body on an airplane, like back to New Orleans, and his manager and another dude, Phil Kaufman. Phil Kaufman was his manager, and I tried to look him up on the internet. It was shitty last night, but. Him and another dude, his manager and another dude were like, he wanted to be buried at Joshua Tree. So they went to the airport where his body was in a coffin, like at the airline, made up some bullshit story, had some like fake paperwork, and got the coffin away.
Wow.
And took it. Still alive?
Yeah.
91.
Yeah.
Road manager, sorry.
Wait, is he?
What's that say?
Yeah, he's live.
Does that say Mangler?
Manger.
That's the name of his book, Road Mangler.
Oh, Road Mangler Deluxe. Right. Wild ride. Till, what was he? Was he a producer? Was he a manager? Still alive. That dude.
Record producer.
That dude went to the airport, got the coffin with his buddy, took it to Joshua Tree, set it in the desert, like went, off the road a mile, put gasoline on it and burnt it in the desert.
Oh, my God.
Back when dudes used to do shit, like guys weren't pussies back then, Then somebody noticed the smoke and whatever, the fire department or whoever, the authorities showed up, and it wasn't fully burned. So they had to take the now half-burnt body to New Orleans, and he is buried in New Orleans, even though he didn't want to be in New Orleans. And so the stepdad could get the money.
It's a case in point of why cremation requires those incredibly high potency flames.
Yeah, but God bless this guy. So was that what is? There's a movie.
Grand Theft Parsons.
Oh, there's a movie.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Where's this movie? When was this movie? It's crazy. I mean, it seems like a good.
Is it a foreign film? It has like a.
Nope, it's domestic. 2003. Johnny Knoxville plays Phil Kaufman.
Oh my God, that is Knoxville. Crazy.
Let me look for a clip.
Wow. Anyway, all I'm saying is dudes used to do shit.
Yeah.
Christina Applegate's in this. Dudes would fucking do shit back then.
Christina Applegate, by the way, is she doesn't get credit for how good of an actress she is.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when she was in a television show as a young adolescent. I think it was called City Lights. Help me with that. City Lights or something.
Oh, he's working on something else.
When he gets there.
Mm-hmm.
And Susan and I were sitting there. We were just like, oh my God, this kid, this girl, like she can act.
Mm-hmm.
And then Christina Applegate. I had no idea who she was, but I remember thinking that all the way back then, years ago.
Also, dudes did stuff.
Yep.
Like,
yeah.
You know how old the Red Baron was when he died after he shot down 80 enemy planes? 26.
Yeah.
Mid-20s.
Yeah.
At 25, he'd already shot down 50 planes. Guys used to fucking do stuff when they were young, especially. I was watching another thing. Jackie Ickes is a race car driver. I'm talking about. Here's the coolest thing in the world. Are you ready?
Okay.
They used to do in Le Mans. They made Let's see, what do you got here?
Heart of the city, that's it.
Heart of the city. All right. Jackie Ickes is 24. Maybe he's 26. No, I think he's 24. He's a race car driver. He's running at Le Mans. Le Mans used to do a Le Mans start, which is you ran across the racetrack and you jumped into your car.
Yes.
Well, that tradition probably started in the 20s, maybe the 30s. Cars were slow. They were kind of open, and they didn't even have seatbelts. But later on, they were going 200 miles an hour in the Mulsanne Straight, and they had seatbelts. But they still do the Le Mans start. And in the Le Mans start, people ran across the track, jumped the car, took off. They didn't have their seatbelts on going down the Mulsanne Straight.
Right.
They were trying to get their seatbelt on as they were driving.
Right. But you wouldn't wait till your belt's buckled.
No.
Yeah.
You got in and you took off.
Yeah.
Jackie Ickes said, this is dangerous. This is nutty. You need to change it. We need to have a start like all other races where you're in the car, you're belted in, and you do a rolling start, which they do now. He said, you need to do it this way. They're like, tradition. That's the way we do it. The race started. Everyone else ran across the track, jumped in a car, and took off. He walked across the track, got in his car, got belted in, and then left. Halfway on lap number 1, guy, Porsche 917, crashed, died, wasn't belted in. So you're welcome, Jackie Ickes. And then Jackie Ickes, who started in last place, won the race.
Guys did stuff
back then.
He's got a clip for
Grand Theft. Okay, show us the clip of Grand.
Next show, maybe.
Yeah, maybe we'll open the next show with Grand Theft Parsons.
I get some other questions.
I didn't know they made a movie about it.
Knoxville's in it.
Well, so is Christina Applegate.
I know.
Who plays Emmylou Harris?
Wow. Was that his girlfriend then?
Graham Parsons' girlfriend was Emmylou Harris.
Somebody, I had some girl I was dating in the early 80s dragged me to an Emmylou Harris concert, and she was really good at that. She was at the amphitheater when it was an amphitheater.
She was great. You're talking about Universal.
Universal Amphitheater.
She was great with him, and they just made out. It got released posthumously, but they were a couple. But I don't know if Christina Applegate played Emmylou Harris or not.
Okay.
Well, we can find that out. Hymns. Well, when something's off in the bedroom, most guys wait too long to address it. Hymns makes it simple to actually do something about it with real treatment options, 100% online. ED is more common and more treatable than most guys think. Hymns connects you with a licensed healthcare provider online, so there's no awkward appointment and no pharmacy lines. Just complete a simple online intake, and a provider will review your information to determine if treatment is right for you. And if that option isn't right for you, then there are plenty of other options. That's why they call them options. It's straightforward, transparent, and designed to make getting care feel easy. It's Hims, right, Daphne?
To get simple online access to personalized, affordable care for ED, hair loss, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/ADS. That's HIMS.com/ADS. hims.com/ADS. Not available in all 50 states. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information. Sildenafil is the generic version of Viagra. Viagra is a registered trademark of Viatris Specialty LLC. Hims is not affiliated with or endorsed by Viatris.
So, in our last show, we were telling you I was sort of intrigued at the manager going and getting Graham Parsons' body from the airport and burying it in lighting it on fire in Joshua Tree, which was interesting to me because that was his wishes, according to the manager. And then I just like that dudes did shit back then.
Yeah.
And people did shit.
Yeah.
And also, that'd be impossible.
That's probably most of history, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Most until now. Yeah. Now nobody does anything. But also, it'd be impossible to do that in California today.
Right.
You could never go to the airport and bullshit somebody and get a casket and fucking go. Everything would need to be in triplicate. You need to have a court-appointed something. You could never. You know how many? I don't know if you've experienced this, but I deal with a notary like 7 times a year now. And it's just like notary's coming over. I'm like, what's with the notary? Everything needs to be notarized now. Everything. It used to be once you'd buy a house, and if you bought a house, you had to deal with a notary. Now it's nonstop notary. Yeah. And people don't understand lawyers and regulation and grinding everything to a fucking halt, which is insane. Well, whatever. You know what I want to say? All right, let's play the clip from the movie starring Johnny Knoxville and Christina Applegate that we never heard of, about the manager of Graham Parsons going to steal his body. We'll play the clip, the trailer.
Graham Parsons, the standard bearer of the new country music movement, is dead.
Graham Parsons was the best friend I ever had, and the greatest musician I ever saw. We made a pact that whoever died first, the other would come out here and set his spirit free. Barbara, long time no see.
Don't try and schmooze me, Kaufman, you repellent slime ball.
Who plays Kaufman?
Graham's ex-girlfriend.
He plays the manager.
I'm here to fulfill Graham's
What, do you
wishes.
think he plays the
You know what
corpse?
this is?
It's not a will anymore.
It's a signed promise from Graham to leave me all of his things.
I'd like to hire your car.
Meet Bernice.
Give me the keys.
Oh, no, she doesn't go anywhere without me.
Who that is?
Who is that?
I'm here to pick up a coffin. And here's your deceased. Good luck with her. Yep, that's a she.
What do you mean the body was stolen?
It's supposed to be a funeral in New Orleans. I gotta find my son.
No, what's his name's playing the...
I was distracted.
Of course you were.
Afternoon, gentlemen.
Jesus! Oh, Graham Parsons!
Calm down.
So what are you up to?
It's best you don't know.
What are you doing?
I'm just taking some stiff down to neurology.
We don't have a neurology department.
You're doing it again! They have stolen my boyfriend's corpse, and they are going to perform a ritual with his body.
Come on, hippie, let's roll.
All right.
It looks really good. Really
watch
good.
it. Wait a minute. Who plays the sidekick? Who's that
It's
guy?
the guy, he was in...
we'll read the cast. I can't
Michael
remember.
something. He's a big actor now. He's a...
Michael Shannon.
Yeah, Michael Shannon.
Oh, that's Michael Shannon. I knew it's facial hair.
Yeah.
Couldn't get...
Well, he's so young in this. It's so hard to pick it out. Strangely, Knoxville looks
Michael
exactly
Shannon,
the same.
that's the retarded politics guy. He's the guy who's got like Trump derangements.
Oh, does he?
All right. Here's the thing I wanted to talk about. By the way, this is sort of 50% audience. And here's the thing. If you go to Rotten Tomatoes and the popcorn meter's 50% and the critics are 50%, we're at a 50% movie. Critics have it at 48. People have it at 53. This probably ain't a great watch because the people would have it higher. That's how you kind of get this one. If there's not that many movies that are straight, I shouldn't say that. If you see a consensus on Rotten Tomatoes, that's what you got.
Yeah.
If there's some movie that Angel Studios puts out about a person that blows the lid off the abortion clinics harvesting of organs for fetal tissue, that'll be the 2% with the critics, but it'll be 99 with the people. And now you're going to have to figure it out, but you'll probably go, I guess the people like it, so I'll see it. But it will be at 3% with the critics because they're all a bunch of woke pussies. But if you see the same number straight across the board, that's about what that.
That's it.
That's about what that is. Yeah.
Do you ever see? I don't think I ever really see congruence of the high ranking with the critic. There must be something that people like and the critics like.
Oh yeah, there's
usually
plenty
people,
of those.
the critics like it, people don't like it.
No, you take something like Toy Story or something.
Okay, yeah,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
You're going to, critics love Toy Story.
Yeah.
People love toys. By the way, Jurassic Park, 91 and 91. Miss you, Sam Neill. There are plenty of those, and it's all the movies.
The blockbusters, sort of.
No, because it's not the blockbusters. It's not Armageddon. It's not that. Those are blockbusters, but the critics, you know. But no, it's the E.T.s, the Toy Stories, the Godfathers, Jaws.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There are plenty of examples. And they are some of them are blockbusters, but other big action blockbusters, not so much.
Got it.
So, but yeah, there's a lot of that. But the theme, the ones you have to watch out for are the themed ones. If there's something about a white person doing something good or something like that, you know. And then the worst are going to be like your Moonlights, which are sort of boring, shitty movies, but it's a black gay guy. So now we're in the 90s with the critics, but the people won't have it that high.
Oh,
yeah. Young. By the way, Young Washington, 60% by the critics. That's them holding their nose going,
they have to admit.
I guess it was okay. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They didn't want to give it 60%.
I tried to find that recently. Where is it?
92% with the people, which is...
Andrew, where do you watch it? It's on Netflix or probably Amazon, I guess.
See it in the theater.
I know, but I was looking for it on my streams. I think it streams also.
So let me give you a thought here, Drew.
Okay.
As I listen to Democratic Socialists talking about everything all the time. This constant outsourcing, you know, we're going to bring down prices, we're going to get some groceries in your food to you, and we're going to make child health care and child support.
Outsourcing to government.
Just a blanketed, nonstop river of outsourcing. And then with some specific outsource, Young Washington exclusively in theaters now. Okay. Some of it is a promised sort of some of it is free child care, free health care, you know, rent control, blah, blah, you know, free buses.
Free everything that living expenses. Free living expenses.
Right. And also supermarkets and schools and stuff like that. Okay, some of it is that. The other is just a kind of vague promise of we're going to take control and then we're going to give you a helping hand and you'll get out of whatever you're getting to and we're going to lift you up and we're going to give you a fair shot at the free, you know, whatever. And I'm like, I truly, really don't know what it means. Like, I sit around and I go, okay, they don't know what it means either. But what I'm saying to you is this, Chuck is a young guy across the booth. Chuck can do whatever he wants or not. I have the same position I was in when I was a young dude. I could work or I could not work. I could languish or I could flourish.
But what could the government do?
I don't know. I never thought. I had no thoughts about them being involved with this whatsoever. I mean, now there is a version where, you know, they fill the potholes and they don't tax you to death and they sort of, you know, make some a society that's safe and clean and you can go, you know, there's a version. There's like a version of this
low inflation.
Yeah, there's a version of that, but I had no thoughts about what they would do. It's a nonstop vague promise of, you know, how they're going to help everyone and how this is going to work. And I just have no idea who's listening or what the plan is or how they would think that. But also, the general mindset of the outsourcing of everything is horrible.
Well, there's nobody that deploys capital in a worse, less efficient manner than government.
Right.
So what do we want here?
And also, what makes you think any of that's ever going to make it down to you?
Well, let's think about it. So during the COVID thing, Biden handed out a lot of cash a couple times. And PPP is another thing. So people continued to get income.
Yes.
And what happened?
I don't know. Everything got
9% inflation.
Right,
9% inflation for one thing.
Right.
And secondly, people went out and bought luxury items.
Yeah.
And nobody used it to build or sustain or
No. You can't give people fucking money. But here, it's all a shit show. But what I'm saying is there is a group. Let's put it to you this way. Who is the group that sort of buys the rhetoric of doing something for me the most? Black women. Okay. Black women would be the group that would vote Democrat. It's in the 90 percentile. Like, they're the last people left. So they basically have thoughts about who's going to do something for me. They are statistically as far down the totem pole as you can possibly get. So they are doing the worst and believe the most people can do something. The government can do something then. I don't know the group that thinks of it the least. Could be Asian, could be Jews, could be Indian, could be from Nigerian, but there's a group, the groups that go, I don't know, look, the government is not going to do fucking anything for me, except for getting away, as far as I can tell. And my greatest lesson I got from my parents was nobody's going to do anything. So whatever you want, you better go do it.
Well, you also saw your parents your mom at least get disabled by government assistance.
Yeah, I saw my mom get disabled by government assistance and the assistance of living in a piece of shit house rent free. Also understood about I understand when you give someone a free house to live in and you don't require that they pay any rent. That's why my house was a shit box. It was a mess. It was an eyesore and a mess because my mom didn't deserve to live in it, and she wasn't going to take care of it because she couldn't. She didn't have the ability. She didn't have the tools. Well, she didn't have the wherewithal to take care of it. Yeah. So it's all a shit show. I'm just wondering who this audience is, and also, much like the black women. Do you have any expiration date on
your expectations from
this thing ever, your ship ever coming in, or is it just simply a perpetual grift? Where I mean, is it just a?
I'm a little confused by though. Black women work a lot, and they work hard, and they don't seem to be. They're not resentful because of that. They work, and they also.
Work more than who you think?
I don't know more than, so we have to look that up. But every African American woman I know works hard, has a job, even the ones that are down the ladder a bit. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't get what that is.
Which what is? I mean, why they think something's going to happen?
Yeah. I mean, what would that look like? What would that?
It's essentially like you're being catfished for 50 years.
Yeah.
And you've never met this person.
Right.
And you keep thinking you're going on a date this weekend. And it never happened. When it didn't happen with Obama, at a certain point, anyway, they keep preaching it, which is super dangerous and holds the groups back. Makes people, by the way, you want people in a perpetual state of agitation, catfish them for 50 years. There's a constant state of agitation. They just can't. Fuck, it never happens. Whatever this thing is, it just never happens. You never come through. The government never comes through. While black women are not the largest absolute group of employed workers in America,
among all women,
as white Americans make the largest share of the overall population, black women consistently record the highest labor force participation rates among all women. So then Dr. Drew's right. Why do you guys work? Why do you think the government's going to help you?
Now, a lot of them work for the government.
Oh, they're at LAX.
Yeah. No, they're in the county.
You're right. They work for the government. Yeah. Now that makes sense. Yeah. I wonder if my grandmother worked with a lot of black women at the VA. She never said anything. Kind of, it's kind of funny. My grandmother loved gay people.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see her with black people. She liked collecting kudos. Like she would go.
By whom she acquainted herself with?
Yeah, she'd go. My grandmother do like this is 1980. My grandmother would go. My friend Lionel's going to be joining us at the party. He's gay. Like, okay, I'll suck his dick at the door. How about that? Fucking shut up. By the way, Lionel was an asshole.
I remember that.
That's the craziest thing. Yeah. All right, quick break. Be right back after this. Knick-knack. Nicotine, in its glory day, fueled the greatest minds, the boldest leaders, the quiet legends who simply got the job done. Yes, everyone who won World War II for us was running off of nicotine. Somewhere along the way, men traded their duty for comfort. Big tobacco sold us nothing but compromise. Knick-knack raises the old banner again. This, hear that, is nicotine perfected. Manufactured in the USA by a family-owned company that refuses to compromise. Knick-knack is a fully dissolvable nicotine lozenge made with just 6 premium ingredients, clearly listed on the back. No smoke, no pouch, nothing hidden. Raise the standard, reject the slop, join the pursuit of the good, the true, and the beautiful. I love popping open one of these, especially when I'm on the road and I'm touring. Need a little extra energy. I really love them. And I know you will too. It's Knick-knack, right, Daphne?
Get your knickknacks at www.knickknack.com/AdamDrew and use code AdamDrew for 20% off, or use the store locator to find knickknacks near you. Knick-knack, crush your vice. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Into cloud. Every summer I tell myself, going to take it easy this year, but by mid-July I'm traveling the country again. Haven't kicked my feet up at all. That's why I love Into Cloud. Helps me relax. Into Cloud is a fully legal online cannabis dispensary for gummies, exotic flower, premium pre-rolls, zero sugar, THC sodas, energy gummies, and extra strength sleep gummies. Oh, they work. Everything is federally legal hemp, THC, lab tested, and shipped discreetly to your door. I love the sodas when I'm at a party, and sleep gummies help too, especially getting some rest on the road. It's in the cloud, right, Daphne?
If you're 21 or older, go to indocloud.co, that's .co, not .com, and use code Adam and Drew for 30% off your first subscription order. That's indocloud.co, code Adam and Drew for 30% off, delivered routinely and discreetly to your door, plus free gifts and free shipping on qualifying orders. And don't forget to fill out the quick survey when you order to support this show.
It's funny. He
dresses how he pleases.
No, that's Harry.
Oh, Harry,
that's
right. He was also an asshole, right?
Lionel was such a prick. He showed up at my house once with my grandmother, and he came up and started yelling at people to move their car. He couldn't park, in my house, in my driveway. He was a pretentious prick. But the whole point is my grandmother worked with Lionel, who was a pretentious prick, and also loved Harry Hay, who was another gay guy who was also a prick. Mm. And I hate it. They're both assholes. I mean, overt assholes at the party. They're like stuffy gays or something. Yeah. Stuffy gays. But my grandmother loved them. She didn't love them. She thought she was scoring points by them being gay.
Of course.
Just like assholes around here, literally. What's her name does the podcast with my ex-wife. She'll tell you about a transitioning kid every 15 minutes. It's first off, who gives a fuck? But secondly, are you just trying to score points? Every celebrity does that with I got 9 kids and 11 of them are transitioning. And nobody asked about your fucking kids' sexual proclivities, but you bring it up every 10 minutes. Yeah. Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
And that's the new version. Gay is worn off. My grandmother scored points with her gay friends. Mm-hmm. Now everyone's gay and no one gives a fuck. So you have to move on.
Yes.
And the transitioning is the moving on part, see? But don't worry, all roads lead to narcissism. Yes, you're better than we are because you're more open-minded. So my grandmother was better because she was open about things.
Right.
Not because she did anything for anybody ever, but just because she was open. She had gay friends. She had Lionel. It was a dick.
It is, although at the same time, this show and the last show are making me very longing for the early 80s in a strange way. I don't know what it is. And even the 70s look a little bit more blissful to me than they used to. Simpler, at least. Simpler.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, men did stuff, people dated, people hooked up. It was just... I didn't want to call it simpler because it wasn't. It was just when people's motivation was not clouded by a bunch of BS.
Yeah. Andrew, is this my little screen correct, or do you need to modify that? All right.
You know what
else
I mean?
are you thinking about, Drew?
Do you feel that way too? Well, I was thinking about Christina Applegate the last show, and I was thinking she sort of reminded me of the 80s. By the way, I have some leftover thoughts from that
Married
show.
with Children, 1987.
Oh, wow. So 3 years later, after the Heart of the City show. So probably one of the nicest women I know, too. I mean, and I feel her
Christina
MS.
Applegate.
Yeah, and her MS has been not all MS is bad like she's got.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I feel awful.
I mean, I knew
for
she
her.
had MS.
And I remember her mom had breast cancer. She's just dealing with a lot on the medical front. And it's not fun. The other thing that I was thinking about, how much black music and black comedy, I mean, how much is owed to them for rock and roll? And the rock stars, I don't think ever thought about it. You know, black female guitarist, and black sort of the blues rock.
No, hold on. The English bands thought about it a lot.
They did.
Yeah.
But once they came here, they stopped talking about it. The Beatles never talked about it publicly, right?
I don't know. I know that the Led Zeppelins of the world and those kinds of the Rolling Stones of the world,
they knew where it came from. I don't even think most
to a lot of it and talked about it a lot too.
Because to them there was a lot of intellectual. There were real musicians amongst the British players.
Yes.
And they knew their history. They knew where it was coming from. I don't think the Americans even understood what they were playing half the time, and they certainly didn't give any kind of the kind of homage, or at least I don't know. I don't think I wasn't aware of it when I was a kid. When those guys,
but I'm trying to think how much talking a lot of those guys did.
Fair enough, but I just don't think
they all would say Little Richard and guys like that. Like they definitely would say it. But by the way, I don't know. You know, first off, what's enough of a homage? You know what I mean?
I know.
You say it, you mention it, but you don't cut them in on the profits or anything. You keep your money.
That's right.
So then what do we,
do you know the security guard?
I mean, you want land acknowledgments now?
Yeah.
Because that's what that is.
No, to be fair, I just feel like the history needs to be thought about. But you know, the drummer from Little Richie was the security guard in the box there at K-Rock. The guy that invented the beat that Little Richie was so known for
was
Little Richard, rather.
Yeah, in the box at K-Rock. What are you talking
security?
Which K-Rock?
The one in Culver City.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The guy working the gate.
Yeah, the gate, exactly.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Stryker figured that out and brought him in on the radio with us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was he black?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, and he told the whole story how Little Richie took him to
Little Richard,
I'm sorry, took him to the train station and said, "Listen to the beat of those cars and that engine. I want that for the music."
Little Richard, it's funny. He got himself sort of mired in a look and an affect and everything else that sort of overshadowed what his contributions were.
I agree.
Musically.
But Back to the Future tried to bring it up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And it didn't really come through, I don't think.
Well, I think, though, now, at least with all the Elvis stuff, that it's been sort of established that the black man was ripped off sonically.
But I bring it up to ask you about comedy and black comedy. Mm-hmm. Because I watch an Amazon documentary called When Jews Were Funny. and it was about Jews in the early 20th century who essentially kind of invented musical comedy and invented stand-up comedy. Not invented, but we're sort of, there he is, Charles O'Connor.
Dies at 86. Yeah, I do remember that face.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, what year did he die?
Super nice guy.
Yeah. 2020, is that 21? All right, sorry, go ahead.
What do you think? So it's comedy kind of comes out of the downtrodden and the immigrant, doesn't it?
You know, let's break this down for a second.
I'm just curious your thoughts on all this.
All right, let's break it down. It's a adage or a something, an ism that, you know, the comedy was born from all the misery.
Yes.
But
or the people that needed to laugh.
If you go to where all the misery is, there's not much comedy coming out.
That's
of
right.
That, of the misery.
That's
truly right. Where there's, first off, least funny people, Middle East. Those the most misery and genocide and everything else. Africa, you know, the places that are doing, you know, mass burials and shit like that, like where the real misery is in our world, it's not coming out of there.
So what you can say, though, it's the people that thought about getting on a boat or were taken and survived to come here. Once you come here, that's where they have the ability to sort of be funny or something.
Here's what I think we're making. I think we're making a mistake with the motivation of comedy. I think it's a misunderstood thing as I think about it. So you go to the most miserable place in the world and there's no comedy in those fucking places. All right, then you go to the happiest place in the world, which statistically is always Denmark or something, you know, whatever the whitest place is. And there's not a lot of comedy coming out of that region
also not funny,
either.
Yes, right.
So there's your two extremes.
Right, interesting.
What is the happiest nation? It's Denmark's. It's one of these sort of Scandinavian somethings. But it's always one of those places.
Yeah.
All right. So then you go, all right, Finland. Almost. I don't even know the difference between Finland and Denmark, but okay.
Oh, they're different.
I don't know enough to
Let's
know.
show a little map up there.
When as a
Let's get a
Laplander, I don't know.
No, Finland is
Iceland,
way up.
Denmark.
Denmark is a little peninsula that sticks up out of Europe, kind of.
Finland, Iceland, Denmark are the top three happiest places. Think about all the Icelandic funny men who have graced our stages and all the Denmarkian. All right, nobody's funny. There's no comedy out of the happy people.
Yeah.
There's no comedy out of the honor-killing people.
Yeah.
So now where's the comedy coming from? The comedy...
Freedom lovers.
No.
No.
Comedy comes from the people... Or there's two kinds of comedy. There's comedy, there's a kind of narcissistic comedy. People sit around, they watch Eddie Murphy when they're a kid, and they watch the sitcoms, and they go, I want to do that.
Okay.
The same way they watch the Super Bowl, and they go, I want to be quarterback for the Denver Broncos.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
The sports picks them up and shoves them out. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Chuck wanted to be a professional baseball player when he was 10, but it turned out he didn't have the goods. Comedy will never throw you out. So you'll get hold. But now, if you were 50 and you're working a job and someone said, what do you want to do? And you said, play center field for the Yankees, people would laugh you out of the room.
Right.
But if you go, I'm working on stand-up, people leave you alone.
Yeah.
But it's basically the same thing. Now, Chuck, I'm not saying that's you. What I'm saying is comedy never throws you out. It should, but it doesn't.
Well,
and it never throws out country singers either.
Right. The audiences kind of take care of that, right?
The audience, but not in the person's head.
No, yeah.
Who's working at the whatever, who's telling you they're doing stand-up.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's two kinds of comics. Just like there's two types of athletes. You know, when Bo Jackson was 10, he was sitting around watching sports too, going, "That's what I want to do."
Right. And
he could do it.
Good comics started there too.
Right.
Yeah.
But while Chuck and Bo Jackson at age 10 were having dreams of playing professional sports, Chuck got pushed out. But if Chuck and Chris Rock were sitting around at age 10 thinking about being a stand-up comedian, Chuck would never get pushed out.
Okay.
See? So there is a version of comedy where it's almost a narcissistic comedy. And again, you're just being used for an example here, Chuck. This is not you.
It's just somebody named Chuck.
When I was sitting around dreaming about comedy, I was right.
Yeah.
Because I'm talented at comedy. I had the ability
you knew
to do it. I meet people all fucking day long that have no business doing comedy.
But how do they miss having? It's a narcissism, I guess.
It's in their head.
Yeah.
No, the narcissism is look at Eddie Murphy. That's what I want to do.
But it's also you have to think, I can do that. I'm as good at that, or something. Not as opposed to, here's my ability. How does it measure up to him? Which is a little more about distances and values again.
People are not realistic.
Remember the distances and value conversation?
Right. Remember, I don't have high self-esteem or low self-esteem. Right. I have no self-esteem. Yes. So I was able to judge my ability.
Objectively. Because you have no esteem involved. No self involved.
I showed up to Kevin and Bean getting paid nothing as a boxing coach, and I immediately thought, I'm funnier than these two. Mm-hmm. I didn't think that when I met Dennis Miller, but I did when I met Kevin and Bean. Mm-hmm. And I didn't think they were unfunny. I just went, I have more ability than they have. Mm-hmm.
Did that come? Now think about this though.
But that's only because I had no investment in myself.
But you
can't assess yourself when you're in yourself.
Got it. But you thought about it at age 10, but then you went into an environment where you could test that. Mm-hmm. Acme, Groundlings, that stuff.
Oh, but not even that. I would sit in my truck and listen to Mark and Brian on the radio and go, they would ask a question or do a thing, and I would come up with the funnier punchline than them driving my truck.
But what about in the training environment? You're measuring yourself against other funny people.
Yes.
Because there's another thing I think you learned there, which is being funny is not necessarily, or talented is not enough.
Not enough.
Yeah.
No, I was told,
well,
it was not enough.
You've always described people that were more talented that just disappeared.
I described people that had more talent in that they could do a lot of accents and dialects, sort of God-given stuff.
Yeah.
I never thought they were funnier than I was, but I knew they had more ability in that environment to do the voices or impressions. Mm-hmm. Impression is just God-given. It's not, you can work on it, but you do it or you don't.
Yeah.
I didn't. So I knew I didn't. So I knew I had more comedic ability, but I also didn't have the gifts that some of them had that was going to prevent me from excelling in that department, in that arena.
Did you see the interview Bill Maher with Byron Allen recently?
It's funny. I saw a 30 seconds of it this morning on my phone, but I didn't really get a chance to dig into it.
Even the clips are very interesting. I've only seen the clips. I haven't seen the whole interview, but this is that other element, that sort of relentlessness and desire and motivation. The Elon Musk factor, which I've often said, I read that Isaacson book and I thought I was going to read about the smartest guy in the world. I didn't walk away with that.
The Elon
Musk biography.
Isaacson wrote on it.
Yeah.
No one necessarily knows Isaacson.
Okay. What I walked away with was, holy shit, this is the most relentless human being I've ever heard of.
Oh, yeah. Listen, Byron Allen is, and I've spent a lot of time with Byron Allen, is not the funniest guy I've met. And he ain't in the top 10. But he's the most successful, and he's the hardest working. And I think, there is an element, there are really funny guys like Artie Lang, naturally. They don't work that hard at it.
Mm-hmm. He can't. He's impaired by his drug addiction and stuff.
Too. Yeah,
I don't know if he would.
No, but before. Yeah. I mean, guys that look good naturally in their swim trunks don't work out that much.
Right.
They got it.
Yeah.
They don't have to.
Right.
And by the way, working out and working on comedy are about the same thing. It's just like homework. It's a discipline. I don't do it as well as I should either.
What
that's
is
for
the discipline?
Sure.
I mean, Jerry Seinfeld always talks about it, but I'm not sure that's sort of his version.
We'll take a quick break. I'll tell you that. Discipline right after this.
Right now, North America is the center of the soccer universe, hosting the biggest sporting event in the world. 48 nations competing for world status, and our stars and stripes are off to a great start in their group stage matches. And BetOnline has you covered with all the updated odds, player props, and contests for the whole tournament. In between games, be sure to visit the casino and poker rooms for more Vegas-style action. Enjoy the freedom of online gaming at BetOnline, where the action moves with you and every moment is yours. Bet on at BetOnline.
BetterHelp. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. As much progress as we've made, there's still a stigma against opening up about mental health. BetterHelp's 2026 State of Stigma report surveyed 2,000 Americans and revealed that 85% of Americans believe getting support is wise. I would be amongst that group. Yet, 74% say society discourages them from doing so. Don't let that stigma get in the way of getting the help you need. BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 6 million people globally, and it works with an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. So, it's simple. Just take their questionnaire, and they'll match you with someone who's right for you immediately. It's BetterHelp, right, Daphne?
Don't let stigma stand in the way of support. Start therapy with BetterHelp. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/AdamandDrew. That's betterhelp.com/AdamandDrew.
All right. So when you have a natural gift, you've heard it a million times. It's the high school coach going, this guy is one of the most gifted athletes I've ever coached. I only wish he had half the discipline of the undersized, slow white kid over there who outworks everybody but doesn't have the natural. It's not a coincidence. It does, if it's kind of easy, if it comes easily, it's hard to do the homework when it comes easily.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But if you want to get to an elite level, it has to be both.
Yep.
You have to be the athlete and put the time in. And when you are the athlete and you put the time in, then you end up with Michael Jordan.
Right.
That's the time and the athleticism.
Right.
So, where's the funny come from? It doesn't come from the happiest places in the world, doesn't come from the saddest places in the world. So where does it come from? Again, two kinds. Narcissistic comedy. I'm sitting home watching Raw, and that's what I want to do, except for I don't really have any business doing it because I don't have the ability to do it. Right? Mm-hmm. There's tons of those people. Mm. And then there are people that literally it's in them, like there's people who love working with animals. Yeah. They love working. They end up being veterinarians or working on a horse farm or something like that. And you go, why? And they go, ever since they were a kid. Ever since. Now, there's tons of women. I used to say this to you all the time. Every 9-year-old girl on the planet announces she's going to be a veterinarian because she wants to help animals and work with horses. They all drop out as soon as their first chemistry class comes along. They go, well, fuck this. I'm getting laid and having a good time. So it starts with that, and then the work kicks in. Yeah. So the work kicks out like a lot of the narcissists, but I think it's in you, like, who are the curious people? I don't know. I know, sadly, most people I know are not curious at all, but then the curious people are super curious. They're curious about everything. Why? And then how do we get people to be? I've never gotten anyone to be curious about anything. Good fucking luck. Good luck to you. Go get that person who's not curious Go get them curious. Though it's never fucking worked one time.
Yeah.
Also, building the wrencher gene. The wrencher gene, powerful. Powerful. The building gene, mechanical.
I agree with you, but are you equating that with the comedy motivation? Yes. Okay. I don't get that.
Well, you're saying equate. I'm saying it's the wrencher gene and the builder gene, like the horsey gene. No, not all comedians are into horses.
No. I'm just trying to understand the builder part, how it dovetails into the comedy.
It's a discipline. Gene. It's its own thing. It does not dovetail. Okay. I'm saying there's a horse gene. There's a comedy gene.
Builder gene.
There's a fucking builder gene.
Got it.
Come on, Drew. You're retarded. There's not a fucking comedian in the world that knows jack shit. Watch. What's the difference between an alternator and a generator on an automobile, Chuck? I don't know jack shit is Chuck's answer.
One
all right.
alternates and one generates.
All right. Right.
It's basically that.
No, it's not. So here's the whole point. The whole point is since there's no comedian alive who knows how to build anything or knows anything about anything outside of comedy, then that's not obviously what I'm alluding to. What I'm alluding to is if you have a builder gene, you got a builder gene, man. Yeah. And these fucking guys are deep into it. And I have a builder gene.
Yeah.
And I'm doing a project right now, and I'm thinking about it like all the fucking time. And I have a builder gene and a car gene. It's the same gene. It's a mechanical gene.
Yes.
All right. And I have a comedy gene. And we don't recognize the gene part. I mean, it's there. Now, women who grow up wanting to be with animals, animal lover, men and women. I'm an animal lover. Oh, I got it. That's who you are. You know, and there's people that just want to work with kids, they want to be around kids, you know, and then there's everything. There's inventors. You know what I mean? But people don't realize comedy is the exact same thing. It's the gene. You have the comedy gene. Except for there's a bunch of poser narcissists who don't have the gene.
Okay.
Who don't know they don't have the gene.
So the gene is what makes them good.
The gene is what makes them relentless.
Okay.
And it makes them constantly be doing it. It also means they're doing it on their own, in their own time, like constantly, you know, for free.
Okay.
Because here's the whole thing. When you have the gene for anything, you do it for free.
Yeah. That's interesting.
And it has nothing to do with former misery.
Yeah.
Jimmy grew up relatively happy. He has the gene.
Right.
I grew up relatively miserable. I have the gene. It was not, the misery didn't bring it on.
Why? Is there a reason? A couple questions. Is there a reason the gene does not express itself amongst the very happy and the very miserable in those extreme environments?
What do you mean?
Well, we've established.
Oh, you mean in the extremes?
Yeah. It just doesn't show up.
Doesn't show up.
Is it go somewhere? Is it part of the relentless thing to go somewhere where there's challenges?
Some of it's American.
Is it alcoholism or something? It could be like that kind of
English, you know, maybe.
Wildling, you know, that whole of Northern England, Scotland kind of Scotch Irish stuff. Because those guys, there's a lot of those guys.
Yeah, no, there is. I don't know.
Those guys all came in through the Carolinas. Is there any sort of
I don't know what the cradle of comedy is. It's fairly American. It's definitely kind of white.
It wasn't New England.
No.
Not funny. Not to begin with.
Oh, not to begin with. I don't.
It's interesting.
I know it's a gene. The gene is in you.
Okay, one more thing.
And it's not in everyone.
I hear you.
And it's the same as anything else.
I hear you.
And by the way, I do want to say this.
Yeah.
If your kid has like a mechanical gene, a wrencher gene, a builder gene, fucking realize what they are. And don't keep trying to pull the tools out of their hands and shove them into a classroom. They're not going to work there. It's not going to work right.
I'm a little distracted by something. Why'd you put Miles? I know Miles Davis was rich and went to
Andrew has
and went to Juilliard.
Andrew has
no, because it was a quote talking about your phenomenon, and it was just basically like, I think that's bullshit. I've never suffered. My father never suffered. I don't intend to suffer.
His dad was a rich dentist.
Yeah.
So, it's not about suffering.
Okay, but the other thing, you've not brought this piece up yet. Really quickly, I want to.
Well, by the way, the people who just drop it, you know what I mean, like Rosie O'Donnell and stuff. I don't think she had the gene.
Right.
That seems to be
she was doing something.
Offset of pleasing and performing and being a victim of molestation or something.
But there is one more thing, having spoken to so many comedians over the years, that most of them will describe, like 90+% will describe a moment that they got hooked.
Yeah.
Now, is that because they were good at it?
I don't know. I think they tell those stories. I don't really.
They could tell me the moment. They usually tell me exactly when it happened.
I think they like to tell those stories. I really do.
Why would they all tell them? I can imagine some.
Every fucking artist had to live in their car.
Yeah, they're branding
themselves. Kiss my ass. You didn't fucking live in your car.
Yeah, it's David Bowie. Once you have a product, then you make the personality. They're just branding themselves. This is a narrative.
It's all Miles Davis and Bowie talk with this guy.
But the moment that they describe is always very, very different.
I don't know. They have a moment. They saw Eddie Murphy Raw when they were 13.
Yeah, there's that one.
So did everyone else.
But there's also, I was in the classroom and I did something funny. They all laughed. I thought, I could do this or something.
I really think they tell those stories. I really do. Because they all would have done it anyway, minus that moment.
That's a different issue than was there a moment.
Yes, they would have done it anyway, minus that moment.
Byron Allen said, I want to do that. And he got in the bus and went over to NBC and started knocking on doors when he was 10.
Yes.
And then he told a story about calling the Comedy Store. He said, I've seen Johnny Carson decide what I want to do. You're the Comedy Store. How much are the jokes?
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to the Comedy Store and buy your jokes.
Right. And he's relentless. By the way.
And then he went to the Comedy Store and stood up there.
Now he's 65 and he's doing the same thing. Never stops working.
Never.
That's a thing that people.
And, sorry.
Go ahead.
And you would expect him to be sort of full of himself sort of thing, which I find him the opposite. Like humble.
Well, here's the thing.
And no unassuming and all that.
He's very nice.
Yeah, very nice.
It's interesting. Because he does not think of himself as the funniest guy in the room.
Correct.
So that is a kind of a humbling experience because in a sort of a weird way, being a comedian or being a comedic talent, and it's a sort of like being a heavyweight boxer and that you go, who's the competition? Could I beat that guy? Am I funnier than that guy? I mean, there's an element of that. What if you were, a perennial heavyweight, but you never really thought of yourself as the toughest guy in the room or had knockout power? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yet you're constantly a heavyweight and you're getting paid.
But you also, what if you could be around, really talented heavyweights and sponsor their fights and things like that? That would be satisfying too, right?
It'd be satisfying.
Yeah.
Satisfying.
Different way.
Satisfying, yeah. I think, he does not look at himself as the funniest guy in the room.
No.
So there's a kind of a built-in humbleness there in that you are in a profession where the people in the room may have a higher skill level than you in this profession.
Yep.
You make 10 times as much or 10,000 times as much and so on and so forth. Look, it's the way to do it. Also, I don't know, some people are just nice. He happens to be nice.
Yeah.
Just a nice guy.
But there's a humility that I sense that was sort of refreshing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's hard if you think you're the funniest guy in the room to sort of keep that.
I had a conversation with him at your Hollywood Walk of Fame thing, and I congratulated him for the time slot he got on CBS. And I said, I think this is a really, really good thing. I think you're doing something that's going to work. And he's like, do you think so? Are you really sure? I was like, wow. I was surprised that he felt insecure about it. And I could see how it was going to work.
Very collaborative guy, too. Like, which you should be when you're trying to do comedy. But he's you can always tell him, Leno's the same way. They're trying their stuff out, and they keep saying to the writer, is that good, or do you want to do it a different way, or how should we do this?
By the way, finally met him. And not met him before until a couple weeks ago at Washington, D.C. at the Bill Maher, Mark Twain thing. And
who are you talking about? I don't know.
Leno. I'm sorry.
All right. You've never met Leno?
Never met Leno before that 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
And could not be a nicer guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
That dude.
Yeah.
All right. Tonight, Austin, Texas, Cap City Comedy Club. 2 shows. And then tomorrow night, 2 shows. Same place. Then going off Saturday, 25th, Huntington Beach, Sea Lakes. That is a fun outdoor venue. Fun. Then Sunday, Torrance. Mom said, yes, that is a completely different venue, but fun in its own way. Honky tonk. Go to AdamCarolla.com for all the live shows. What do you got, Drew?
You met Leno when you were a kid, right? He was wrenching in a garage or something. Was that your story?
I was 20, 19. Maybe. I was 20. Yeah, I did meet him.
Same guy.
Same guy.
Go to drdrew.com.
So, till next time, Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.